what's happening. There we go. Now we're on. All right. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Oh, wow. Tuesday already. Well, we made it through Monday, so that's what counts. All right. Today, we're going to do some floor stretches. Now, I'm just going to kind of scooch my way down a little bit so I'm not too cut off up on the top. All right. There we go. So better. Now, we obviously have the coffee, nectar of the gods, and the water. You cannot live without the water, and that is like a literal fact. Good stuff. Okay, so as you can see, today we're doing some floor stretches. Just a variety of different things we can do. You can do them in the bed if you're, getting up in the morning. You can do them before you go to bed, or if you get a nice mat or somewhere comfy, big carpet, you can do these on the floor. No problem whatsoever for any of these, okay? Just as long as you're flat and supported, right? So if your bed is really, really squishy, not so good. You want something with a decent amount of support because you have to press up against you as your body and gravity pushes you down into it, all right? So here we go. We're gonna start off with a nice pencil stretch. So get the heels out. Now, of course, I'm a giant oaf, so I can't really stretch out the way I want to, but, we'll do our best. So what you want to do, hands not pronated, not supinated, neutral like this, okay? Up, and then gravity bring it down, and let your hands now relax. Let your shoulders relax. The muscles are going to tighten. You're going to get a stretch reflex trying to keep your arms in the air. Let them relax a bit. Deep breath. Good. And we're just going to hold it for a little bit. There, let those muscles relax. And back. We'll do a second one, okay? So you feel a lot of tension, and that's expected. This is what a stretch is supposed to do. We feel that tension, we relax, let that tension go away, and by doing that, we slowly increase our flexibility. Here we go. All right, and we let it just relax. Good. And there you go. Just like that. Super easy, right? Nice and easy. Okay, so next one we're going to do for our chest. Okay, so we're going to do some, basically they're snow angels. Right, so what you're going to do, put your arms down flat. Keep your chest nice and wide. Now when you reach out and you do the snow angel, what I want you to do is with your fingertips, reach out as far as you can go, like you're trying to touch the walls on either end. And that's going to stretch all of these muscles right here, okay? So we go out, really reach out. There we go, nice and slow, especially right there, nice. Then come up, you don't have to go all the way up, but you're doing a snow angel. Remember, there's a bit of an angle at the top. And back down and push out. Good, perfect. We're going to do it again. Here we go. Out. Nice. Perfect. And back down. Good job. Of course, guys, we're going to have some bonus ones later on. So stick around, and they're a little bit more advanced. So now we've made it down to this area. Now we're going to work on the back, don't worry. But I want to work out the torso twist first, and then we'll flip over onto the back before we do the legs, okay? So here's what we want to do. Now, a torso twist, there's a great exercise for it, but it's not quite so easy, okay? So here's what you want to do. All right, we're going to start off, we're going to do this slowly together, okay? So you want to start off with a bent leg. Now, ideally, you want to bend that leg over the other leg. Now, if that hurts your hips, guys, that's okay. Start here, right? It's not a competition. And what you want to do, back straight, always back straight. You want to twist and try. Now, if you're level 1, you start here. Okay? And you'll get that twist motion down in the torso. Now, if you can, you want to get this hand down. As you can see, not so great for me, right? So you want to get that hand down here. There you go. And we'll start it there. And we just relax. into that stretch. Good. But you gotta keep that back straight. You can't let that back cave, guys. You gotta keep that back straight as you do these things. Because posture is super important. And you lose that, it won't come back. You gotta keep it going. So now you're gonna feel the twist down here. So don't put it into a level that you're uncomfortable, right? You have to be able to get up, get the leg crossed, and come across to a level that's comfortable for you. If it's only here to start, then that's okay. That's totally fine. Now, yes, you're looking at the back of my head. Nothing impressive to see there. But you need to relax. There we go. You need to do both sides. Oh, look, we have a visitor. It's Winston. Hello, Winston. Say hello to the world. We're doing some stretches. Hey, look over there. Bum. He's a bum. All right, so we're going to do the child's pose now, which is good for your entire back. Okay. Now, what you're going to do, nice and simple, hands and knees like this. You're going to sit back onto your heels. Now, when you do that, your arms, you see your lats up here, are going to stretch also. Right? We want to come down as low as we can go. Take a deep breath. And let yourself sink down into it. Right? Good. Cat's loving this. Hey, he loves attention. Yes, he does. Hey? Bum. Oh, he's such a bum. All right, want to do another one? Okay, perfect. See my back now? Make sure that back is straight. We're not going this. We're not doing this, right? Keeping the back straight. We're doing this. Good. There we go. In here, once you're at the bottom end, if it bends a little bit, it's okay. Good. And relax. You're going to feel the tension on your hips, your lats, your entire body. Good. And back up. When we come back up, remember that back straight, right? Perfect. Good job, everyone. Okay, now we're going to do our hips, hamstrings, and then we're going to do our ankles, okay? So, it's actually pretty nice down here. So often they don't sleep enough, but no, we must press on for the betterment of the world. Okay, now we're going to work on stretching the hips out, okay? We're going to do some knee lifts. But what I want you to do, guys, is don't force the knee to the center of the body, okay? You want to start letting your knee follow its natural trajectory. Okay, which means when you squat down, if you ever notice you squat down, your knees kind of go outward, right? So you let that go there first. If you find that that is easy, okay, Chris, I can get pretty deep, I don't get much of a stretch, then sure, bring it towards the center. But start by getting this deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So we're lifting up and not in, right? The hip joint will do that. So I'm just lifting up more. You see when I get here, okay, pretty easy. All right, let's get it deeper, right? And relax that stretch and keep the other leg straight. It's important. Good. And now we relax. Good. And down. There we go. Always slow, right? We never snap those things. Once that get that stretch in, we never snap it back into place. We always let it go down slow, right? Here we go. Nice and deep. Now, why do we keep the other leg straight? Because the muscles are being stretched out here as well. Because they're connected over the top. And there we go. And bring it in deeper. Good. Nice deep stretch. Relax. And back. Bring it down slowly. Good stuff. All right, now for the hamstrings. Now, guys, the hamstring is a pretty basic area as far as stretching goes, but There's a few, I say basic because it's not complicated. However, a lot of people get it wrong. A lot of misconceptions, right? So it's supremely important. This is the highway to the lower body, right? It connects up here all the way down. We need to make sure that this is flexible. This stops so many people, including myself, from having additional flexibility, right? Because it connects in so many different areas, it affects your entire mobility system, okay? So we're going to do a classic hamstring stretch, right? Very basic. Now, everyone's done this in school, and I can imagine a bunch of you kind of doing this, trying to reach your toes, right? But that is 100% incorrect because, and do it with me if you want, when you're like this, now we're going to bend, right, the incorrect way. We're going to try to reach our toes. And you're going to feel right here, right? You're going to feel that tension right there, just above the knee. Feel that? Right? Killer. Now, you're like, wow, I'm getting a good hamstring stretch. But you're not. What you're doing is you're getting a hyperextension of the knee. What you want to do now is pull on the top end of that hamstring. Up there. Whoa. I bet you're like, oh, wait, now I can feel it already. Right? Now you're going to feel it starting from here. That burning sensation is going to be the entire length, and it'll take it all the way down to the toes. Right? So we keep that back straight. Now we lean forward. Now you're not going to go as far, right? But that's okay. We don't want you to go as far. Okay. The knee now is tightened up if you're doing this right. Stretch reflex. Relax that knee. Good. Good. Then we hold it. Good job. Burn. And slowly come back. Remember, we never snap. Right? You see the difference now of doing it right. When you do a hamstring, think of it as something. Remember, it's connected at both ends. The hamstring is not here. It's here. So if you're not feeling it, the length, oh, yeah, right. Got to pull on this side too. Right? The leg straight with the toe up pulls on this side. We're going to pull on the other side too. Okay? Let's do the other side. I say side a lot apparently in this last two sentences, but that's okay. Back straight. Extremely important. And then we go. Now remember, guys, we're aiming for the toe. So if you're on a bit of an angle, like I'm kind of on a weird angle because of the camera, I don't want to go straight. I want to get to my toe. Good. Because you can go straight, but that's a different exercise. There we go. Good, nice deep stretch. And back. Good. Right? So if you were to do something like this, right? Why I was saying you don't have to go towards the middle. Coming here, you see now we're stretching out the groin. So that's why you want to aim for the toe. Right? We can do a groin stretch, sure we can. But, you know, not today. We got other things to do. We're going to actually, it's probably good that we should do it, but feeling a little tight today. And listen, that's okay, right? Let that be a lesson. Guys, sometimes you're going to do a stretch that you could do every single day, and then today you're going to be like, oh my God, I just can't do it. Don't force yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Stretches are to relax. You get as far as you can go. So let's say my tight groin, right? I get as far as I can go. I relax. Maybe I can get a little bit further. And that's it. Don't stress out that, Jesus, I can't do as good. It's not a performance review, right? We're just stretching out the tightness. If you can't do a stretch, it's because you're tight. So stretch it out. Which, incidentally, I just stretched out my groin just because I couldn't stop talking. So, you know, anything's possible. All right, so we're going to do a side ankle circles, right? So nice, big 3, 4. Remember, trying to make circles, even if they look like squares. The arbitrary 10. Why 10, Chris? Because 10's a round number. Honestly, the science behind, there is a science behind the amount of reps that you're supposed to do as far as professionals go for muscle growth versus muscle endurance. Sure. But really, they're arbitrary numbers. Science has decided, yeah, 15 sounds good, right? But it's not true science in the sense that there's a mathematical equation to it. It's what they have observed. It's observational science, what they have observed and studied to say this provides the best results. But for you, whoever you might be, if you can, let's say you're shooting for 15 and you do 12, you didn't fail, right? You did the most you can do. And that, nobody can ask more of you than that. All right, so now we did our full body stretches, including a bonus groin stretch. I don't know where that came from, but we're still going to do a bonus now, right? Bonus plus. Now we're going to do a glute stretch. Now this one is going to look rather complex, okay? But trust me, it's not. If you've seen any of my videos, you know full well that I'm not the most flexible dude, right? I grew up in a world of hockey and football, and everything was forward motion. Nothing was really flexibility, right? Yes, professionals in that sport care about flexibility. Teenagers in that sport do not know about flexibility, right? So everything is just built for, like, I can hit me with a truck, the truck's going down, but ask me to bend up, pick up a pencil, whew, right? So this is why we're working on flexibility together. So what you're going to do, I'll give you the long version. So you're going to sit with your legs crossed. Now this leg here, we're going to tuck it in as much as we comfortably can. Imagine, this is actually a thing for me. I used to not be able to do this. So trust me when I say we can get there, okay? Now this leg is in the way of what we want to do. So we're just going to move it out of the way. Now this looks uncomfortable. This is actually very comfortable for your hip. Once you get it there, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty nice, right? So now what we're going to do is we're just trying to get our chest, the sternum right here, lined up with that knee, okay? So we're going to start off nice and slow increments. Start off here. How's that? You feeling okay? Good. And remember, we're relaxing as we go down. Let's creep it down. Good, good, good. Nice. Now you have this side, the outside arm. How's that feel? Good. Perfect. Relax into that. Now if you want to go a little bit deeper, let's get the other elbow down. And now you're going to get a deep glute stretch. It's going to affect a bit of your hamstring. I'm closing my eyes because I'm relaxing into the stretch, right? And it's going to affect a little bit of your back. Remember, always deep breath, right? You don't always see me take these deep breaths, but I do. So there we go. Let that sink in a bit. Let that tension relax. So how long, Chris, do we hold a stretch? 10, 15 seconds? You should be able to hold it long enough to feel the tension relax in your body, right? So something like a hamstring stretch is always going to feel tight the entire length of the stretch. So something like that, probably 10 seconds, but you want to do it long enough that you can relax the tension that's in your knee. And that's why I say your kneecap tightens up out of reflex. Okay, and once you can relax that, now you've got a nice relaxed stretch. And that's all you really need to do. But usually, and sometimes you'll find areas that are a little bit more tight. And you might find that sitting in that stretch, so that glute stretch, although it looks ridiculous, a bit of a pretzel move, I find so comfortable. See, and by the way, guys, see that twist motion? That one, not as comfortable. But this thing I find so comfortable that I can literally just stay there all day. And it's probably really good for me if I stay there for a minute, 2 minutes, right? But you don't need to. So go down into that position, feel the tension. Once that tension, like a tea bag, feels like it's seeped out into the water, then you're good to go. If you want to hang out for a little bit longer, go for it. I mean, you've seen those. I mean, how many of you, my niece used to do this. I don't know how many of you out there used to do this, but she used to sit with her feet, legs crossed, bend over herself, doing her homework on the floor. It's crazy, right? Well, she was a dancer, a ballerina, pardon me, right? So, all right, here we go again, okay? Now, similar to me, you might have one side a little bit tighter than the other. That's okay. So now we start off up here, right? We come down onto the hands. Let that sink in a bit. Right? Good. Come down, the outside elbow. Right? And now we lean down on the other side. And we try to relax that tension. My side, very tense right here. So we get rid of that tension. Nice. The T is starting to dissipate. You feeling that? Good. Now, when you do that, you're going to feel that comfort, that discomfort that you feel with the tension at first goes away. And you're like, no, you know what? I'm okay with this. That's when you're in a good spot. Good. Now back up nice and slow. We always support our back. And up we go. So that's it, everybody. It is now Tuesday, March the 30th. My God. It's time flying by like I've never seen. But that's okay. Listen, life has its challenges. It always does. And we as humans have this curse of always feeling that we have more than enough time, but then realizing after that time is going by too fast. So how do we balance this out? How do we handle this concept? Because procrastination is a distinctly human trait. We all do it. Anyone who says they don't is a liar, right? We all procrastinate on something. I mean, it doesn't need to be job related. It could be the dishes, it could be the laundry, it could be whatever it is, right? But it also could be calling your friends and telling your wife you love her, or telling your parents you love them, or hugging your kids. Well, you can't hug your kids now, COVID, but you hug your own kids, right? Just little things, right? So whatever it is that we procrastinate on, first of all, don't feel bad that you procrastinate on it. It's normal. We all do it. But let's try today, as a Tuesday, as the end of March kind of celebration. Let's take one of those things that we've procrastinated on for a while and just do it, right? Nothing to it but to do it. That's not like my catchphrase, right? I'm going to get t-shirts made. So that's all. Just go for it. Give it a shot. Do it one time. And then you know what? If a whole month goes by, at least at the end of the next month, you can say it again or do it again. And that will become a monthly habit, not procrastination. See? Turn that around and make it a positive for us, not a negative. All right, guys. So that's it for me and my words of wisdom. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. And now for an awkward crawl towards the camera to shut it off. Live TV, everybody.